It's the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. NFC West showdown Thursday night football. The Rams are 3-1. The Seattle Seahawks are 2-2. Before we get rolling with the fantasy football stuff and the game predictions, I want everybody to comment below. What is your prediction? What is your score prediction? The Rams, by the way, are favored by 1.5 going on the road to Seattle. Always a tough place to play. Let's dig into the Los Angeles Rams fantasy football projections. Matthew Stafford at a 16.76. That is a pedestrian number for Matthew Stafford. This game, for whatever reason, projects to be a somewhat lower scoring game, at least for the quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford, that's not a start grade for me, and I find that interesting because I think the Seattle Seahawks, give up some yardage. So I would have thought that his projection would be higher. That is a computer projection. I think that Stafford will beat this projection. So I disagree with my computer projections. At running back, Darrell Henderson at a 23.64. That goes to show you why the Stafford projection is a little bit lower. Has Darrell Henderson getting into the end zone. Sony Michel at a 3.16 point projection. That's not a great projection for me. I think especially after the fumble, that doesn't do well. Darrell Henderson, yes, they're going to still rotate backs, but Darrell Henderson is always the back that I would play there. At wide receiver, Cooper Kupp at a 20.64. What does that mean? With Stafford's low projection, most of those points, most of those targets are going to go Cooper's Kupp way. We all know that the targets are going to go Cooper Kupp's way, but I think he'll also get into the end zone. So that's like a 1 touchdown projection for Matthew Stafford this week. Robert Woods gets you some catches and some yards, does not project to get in the end zone. Jefferson, nice game last week, comes back down to earth this week at a 4.93. Deshaun Jackson at a 3.86. At tight end, a pedestrian number in my opinion for Tyler Higbee. 10.91 points. I actually think this is going to be fine. That's like 5 receptions, 50 yards. I do not think that Higbee gets into the end zone this week. Now, for the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson at a 13.17. I'm sorry, but there is no way that Russell Wilson is only going to score 13.17 points. My computer projections respect the heck out of this Los Angeles Rams defense, but there is no way Russell Wilson's going for a 13.17. That would mean that he would throw for no touchdowns this week. I don't think he's going to get blanked on the stat sheet. The receivers are too good to get nothing out of that. So Russell Wilson, do I think he's a slam dunk start this week? No, I'm not going to say that. Would I buy him in daily fantasy? Probably not. Not with this computer projection. Scares me a little bit, but I just don't see any way that he does not exceed that computer projection. At running back, interesting situation unfolding. Chris Carson, I have it on 11.3. And Collins, I have it at 6.23. Now, if you paid attention to the stat line, Collins was getting more carries, and he looked better at the running back position. He was doing better. So while I'm not going to overreact yet, I mean, Chris Carson, the first 3 weeks of the season looked great. It is something I want to pay attention to. Is Collins starting to eat into that carry total? I don't know. Is Seattle always going to kind of go with that hot hand approach? Gosh, I hope not, because that murks up the situation. We'll learn a little bit more, but either way, the Seattle Seahawks running backs against the Los Angeles Rams defense, I don't love it, neither do my computer projections. At wide receiver, 9.51 points for DK Metcalf. I think Metcalf is going to have to deal with Ramsey, and I think they're both going to get their licks in. I would say that Metcalf will outproduce this total, but I don't know that he gets into the end zone. If I was going to pick one Seahawk to get in the end zone, I would pick Lockett based on this these computer projections. And Lockett's due. He had a great first couple of weeks. He's been, kind of down the last week or so, at least last week. But I think he'll bounce back. Then we got Swain at 3.28 points. I don't even have a fourth receiver listed for Seattle with Eskridge still out. Now, Gerald Everett at tight end. I'm assuming he's going to be back. He missed the game with an illness last week. 8.61 points for Everett. That's not a start position. So now my game picks, right? My points. I picked the Los Angeles Rams to win this game by a touchdown, 27-20. I think they cover the spread. The computer projections are coming back. Los Angeles 31, Seattle 27. I don't know about that. I think the game's going to be lower scoring than that. Certainly computer projections like the Rams to score a lot of points on the ground. The Seattle Seahawks, the way the computer projections are coming back, they're going to get in the end zone but not score, not get a lot of yards. That means Los Angeles Rams turnovers and all that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this game will be in the 20s. These teams, anytime you get a division opponent, especially the NFC West teams playing against each other, it's generally a closer game. I think the Rams do bounce back with the victory. I do think that they hand Seattle their third loss of the season, even though they're playing in Seattle. But I see this is a game in the 20s. So I, again, disagree. I would actually pick the under on this game as well. So there you go. There are my picks. Everybody, once again, please comment below. Give me your projections. Why am I wrong? Why are my computer projections wrong? Why are they stupid? Go ahead and feel free to comment below. Give me your score predictions, and we'll be back with some more game previews soon.